Hey guys, Dan from Dan and Sam City Cabin. I just wanted to do a little bit of broadhead tuning, showing you how we do this. I had talked a little bit about helical on the arrow. You can see, and there's quite a bit of aggressive, there's quite a bit of helical on there. Now I shoot fixed blade broadheads, and those really help fixed blade broadheads. I'm going to do a demonstration here real quick with a 3-blade Muzzy. It's my wife's Just for Does Muzzy, and my 4-blade Muzzy. Both 100 grains. My field tip is 125 grains. And I don't know how well you can see this, but this little rubber O-ring is what helps tune these broadheads to your arrow. Now, I'm going to shoot one arrow the whole time. You'll know that it's the same arrow because it's got hash marks on it. I killed 4 deer with this arrow. So, I'm going to shoot arrow with a field point, show you where it hits. Then I'll put 3-blade, show you how to tune the 3-blade, show you where it hits. And then I'll put the 4-blade, show you how to tune the 4-blade, and then show you where it hits. Hold on 1 second. Okay, same arrow, 125 grain field point. My Hoyt Rampage XT, Corbin's custom strings, beautiful strings. Let's go see where that hit. Okay, as you can see, probably a ½ inch, a little higher than I should have been. Could have been me, could have been any other thing, but I hit about a ½ inch high from the center. Now I'm gonna go put on my 3-blade Muzzy, and we'll see where that hits. Okay, same arrow. Taking the field point off. So then we take this rubber O-ring, put it over the broadhead, and what this will do, this will allow you to adjust the direction of the blades in relation to the fletching on your arrow and keep it tight. So what you want to do with a 3-blade is you want to line the blades up as close as you can to the same pattern as your fletchings.
Don't pick it up, please.
And that's how you line up a 3-blade. Let's see how this one flies. Let's go see where that hit. Okay, hit a little low. First shot was right here. Second shot's here. Still not too bad. I really haven't messed around with the 3 blades too much, but I mean, still that's 20-yard shot. So I'll unscrew the 3 blade. And let's go try the 4 blade. Okay, and here's the 4 blade. Now with the 4 blade, what you want to do is you want to set it up so that it makes perfect crosshairs. Like if you're looking down a rifle scope, straight up and down, straight parallel, you know, horizontal, when you put it in your bow. So when you have your arrow on your string in your rest, the blades, the up and down should be perfectly parallel with your bow strings. So now we're going to shoot here. Let's see where this one hits. That one looks like it hit a little bit low. But all 3 shots within a 1.5 to 2 inch diameter at 20 yards. You shouldn't have to make any adjustments. Now, I'm not a professional. I can't shoot super tight groups. I don't pile arrows on top of arrows. I'm the kind of guy that I can keep it within this at 20 yards, whether I'm shooting field points or broadheads. So the little bit of up and down that you're seeing could be me. I've never been that kind of shooter that can, you know, make groups like that. Like I said, go a little heavy with your field point, a little light with your broadhead. Make sure it's tuned for the arrow. Very little variations. I bet you if I shot that same arrow again multiple times, it'll hit different spots. That's because of me, not because of the arrow setup or anything like that. Let's go look at that shot real quick.
Daddy's shooting. You can go up on the where the slide is.
I'm gonna try one more shot with this.
Is it okay right there?
Should be fine.
You want to find this right?
I'm only gonna shoot one more arrow anyway. other camera was off, so.
I should like that.
You can be in the picture. Come on, be in the picture. Your fans miss you. Your fans miss you. Yes, they do. Come on. Dan and Sam City Cabin, high five. Your fans miss you. They love you. Alright,
Caitlin?
camera's on down there now. Let's do this again.
Caitlin Marie. I want this back to the way.
That's perfectly parallel. Perpendicular, whatever you want to call it. It's perfectly plumb.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey. Show you what that is now.
Nathan, you don't have any clothes on. But Mommy, let me to be over here.
See what that one is? I mean, shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to adjust your sights. Properly tuned bow with a properly tuned arrow. You're not going to have to adjust your sights. You see, it's the same arrow, hash marks on it. So, we are good. You guys got the kind of general idea on how broadhead tuning works with fixed blades. You can practice, play around with it. Some setups are different than others, but in general, a good quality, well-made broadhead, like a Muzzy, like a Slick Trick, like a Montec G5, all those good quality made broadheads should, in theory, give you a good flight pattern. Just remember, a little bit lighter with the broadhead than your field points. Get these rubber gaskets, these little rubber O-rings, allows you to adjust
One time, you were coughing.
while you're trying to line them up. 4 blades, you want it to line up perfectly, straight up and down, matching your strings. 3 blade, match the fletching. And then you shouldn't have to adjust your sights. That's as long as your bow is properly tuned, whether it's paper tuned or you want to make sure it's tuned in properly with paper tuning. Your timing is right on your cams. Anything that's off is going to be magnified with the broadhead because it's another set of wings on there. Also, if your arrow's underspined or overspined,
That's not really hot.
it's not going to fly right because then you don't get the arrow paradox. That doesn't flex the way it's supposed to when it comes out of your bow. You got too stiff of a spine for your bow or too low of a spine for your bow. You're not going to get accurate flight out of your broadheads. They will not fly right. So before you even begin with broadheads, make sure Your bow is paper tuned. Your cams are timed. All that's perfect. Make sure you're using the proper spine arrow for your setup, because none of this will work if all those things are off. And then you'll get to the point where you're adjusting your sights for broadheads, or you're going to mechanicals because you can't get a fixed blade to fly right. Not to say that mechanicals aren't good broadheads. Thing is some people, a lot of people, use it as a crutch for an improperly tuned bow. You know, they go, oh, I could never get my fixed blades to fly properly, so I switch to Rages or whatever else is out there, and well, now they're flying right. Well, yeah, because they're flying like a field point, and your bow wasn't tuned in properly, or your arrow's overspined or underspined, so the field points are more forgiving. But hands down, I don't care. People can say what they want to say. You will always get more penetration power out of a fixed blade than you will out of a mechanical. Also, a lot of mechanicals, you cannot replace the blades. And I think Rages are $30 or $40 for 3. And once you shoot a deer, that's it. It's done. Sometimes you get lucky and you can sharpen them, but that edge that you put on there will never be as sharp as a factory tuned blade. These Muzzies, $30 for 6. And when it's time to go hunting, I pull the blades off. I go to my kit. I grab a brand new set of blades. I put a brand new set of factory laser sharp blades on my Muzzy broadhead, and I don't have to worry about whether or not my broadhead is sharp. Just a food for thought. I know lots of people, I got good buddies that use mechanicals and they have lots of luck with them, and lots of people like them, and that's fine. Just make sure you're not using mechanical because as a crutch for an improperly tuned bow. Even your mechanicals will fly much better and more consistently with a properly tuned bow. Food for thought. Dan Sam City Cabin, high five.